All right, good night, everybody. Sorry for the late start. If anyone could hear me, you could put some ones in the chat, please. All right, let me see those ones in the chat. Cool, cool. All right, so um, thanks for you guys, you know, doing this call tonight. Okay, so guys, I want to introduce somebody to you. This guy, you know, when I met him for the first time, when I first started trading, I was really kind of um wary about it. And this person that I'm gonna introduce you guys to tonight, he is an absolute life changer. I want to tell you guys this now. He's an absolute changer. He's gonna give you guys a mind blown experience. Whatever he tells you tonight, I want you guys to write it down. I want you guys to have a pen and a notebook out, write every detail he gives you. And so, without a further ado, I'm not gonna hold up any more time. I want you guys to put some sevens in the chat and let's welcome Livingston Gray. You could take over from there, Livingston.
Yo, 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 I appreciate you 120%. Let me know if everybody can see me, everybody can hear me. Drop some sevens in the chat if you can see me, if you can hear me loud and clear. Drop some sevens in the chat box. All right, perfect. Honestly, Jarino, I 100% appreciate you, bro. I really got to pass it back. Ever since you actually got started within this opportunity, bro, you've always been a student. You've always been someone that is really wanting to learn and really be able to get to that next level. And that's the reason why you're going to have so much success, bro. And honestly, I appreciate you really being able to go ahead and open the call for the family. All right. But before we really get started, family, I want everybody to go ahead, make sure your cameras are on. All right. This is a short training. This is a little, like a little informational, right? We want to really be able to go ahead and make sure everybody has a successful week. All right. If you want to have a successful week next week, I want you to drop a yes in the chat for me. All right. If you want to have a successful trading week, if you want to have a successful week inside of the markets next week, I need you to go ahead and drop some yeses in the chat. All right. I need to make sure who all want to be able to get to the buy next week. I want to make sure everybody on this call really wants to level up because that determines the level of notes that you're going to take. That determines the level of intake that you're going to have from this information. Okay. I see how much people we got on the call? We got about a few people on the call, but I need everybody to cut their cameras on. All right, you may probably be in the front room. You may probably be around people. Listen, it doesn't even matter. I just need you to cut your camera on, okay? But honestly, tonight, guys, I'm really going to be going over some HFX information. Honestly, because I know that there's a lot of information to really be able to take away from the academy. There's a few things that I want to really be able to point out to everybody, okay? And I feel like this is definitely the call that is going to help you to change your perspective on the way that you not only just look at the charts, but the way that you actually start to look at your success. Okay. So give me 1 second. I'm actually going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, as soon as you can go ahead and see my screen, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and drop a one in the chat for me when you can see it. I know you can't see it just yet, but as soon as you can see it, I need you to drop a one inside of the chat box for me. Okay? Drop a one in the chat when you can see my screen. All right, perfect. I'm seeing the ones. All right, perfect. So guys, HFX is honestly one of, let me just give like a little basic background of HFX. Okay. HFX is something that was actually introduced the latter part of 2020 to this academy, right? Because when I first got started, guys, we only had FRX. I think we only had DCX as well. Okay. For the most part, HFX was introduced because HFX is a form of binary options. Okay, binary options is more so of fast time trading. All right, it's where you actually trade against time. Okay, the regular foreign exchange market, which is the FRX Academy, is where you could be able to plug in, but you could be able to make money within a shorter space, in a longer space of time, like an hour, 2 hours or more. All right. HFX is where you could be able to make money within minutes. You know, we all know 15 minutes, 5-minute trades, you know, 3-minute trades, stuff like that. Okay. It's time-based trading. So HFX is actually the part of the academy that allows you to get access to this strategies that can be able to help you to understand this fast-paced trading, because of course it is, you know, timely, right? It's making money in a shorter space of time. So you want to be able to get accurate information. Okay. You want to be able to get accuracy with your trades, your entries, stuff like that. If you understand what I'm saying, can you drop a yes in the chat? All right. If this is making sense, you can drop a yes in the chat for me. All right. Because guys, HFX is honestly something that's changed a lot of lives, right? Before I start, I'm gonna tell you guys 2 success stories that I've personally been able to help people to do with HFX. Number 1, there was an individual that I went to technical cadets with, right? And he got started. He lives in Virginia right now, right? He got started within this opportunity back in February of this year, right? Guys, he was on the fence. He was literally on. He did not even understand, you know, what the power of what HFX can do, the power of what just investing in IM Academy can do, right? So he got started. I remember I was out with the team. We was actually having a team dinner. He called me, said, "Bro, I'm ready to get started." So I got him started while he was out there fish fry. Walked him through the academy, guys. Within his first week, he made $200, right? Not only that, but guys, within his first month, he was able to withdraw $1,000, right? That's not even the main thing. He got started, and when he actually went to work, right? He works as I'm not going to say what he works as, but he went to work and he was not able to go to work because he was injured, right? And when he was injured, he was like, "Bro, Livingston, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Like, I got to take care of bills. You know, my job sent me home for a month." I'm like, "Bro, you know how to trade HFX, right?" So he actually had an account. I think he had probably about $500 to $700 inside of his account. And guys, in one day, he actually made $1,500, right? One day he made $1,500 trading HFX. That was his monthly salary, right? And now he was able to take care of the bills. And now so on, he has a brand new car, a brand new 2021 Kia Optima that he bought himself cash, right? He actually did that. Okay. And I want you to understand that this is the real people getting real results. He's no, I don't think he's older than 20. I think he's actually 20, right? I think he's either 19 or he's 20. Okay. So these are people that have actually been able to create real results. Hold on. There we go. All right. So essentially, guys, this is someone that have actually been able to take himself to get real results. Another individual, right? In her first week, she started off with $500. She just was using the products and services, guys. She withdrew. She started off her account with 500. She withdrew $800 in profit, right? I'm not talking about the $500 that she initially put on there. She withdrew $800 profit, right? And she sent me the screenshots to prove it. Guys, everybody have actually been able to get results with HFX. And I'm telling you, I'm going to give you guys the exact same blueprint that everybody that got those results got. Okay. So if you actually do not get those results, I want you to understand that you probably did not apply everything to the T. And before I even go into anything in detail, I want you guys to understand something. I always tell people, listen, if you deviate from the plan that I'm going to give you, I can't guide you from there because I didn't take that route, right? If I'm giving you a certain level of instructions or a certain path to take, you can be able to take that path. And then if you get some difficulties on that path, I could be able to help you to get back on the right path. But if you decide to do things your own way, I'm letting you know up front, I can't help you from there because you decided to deviate from the plan. Okay. If you stick to the system, if you plug into what it is that I'm going to be telling you right now, you're going to be able to get the same results that these individuals have got. Okay. Now, right now I'm going to go through Liberty, right? I'm not sure if everybody knows how Liberty works or even just what exactly is Liberty. Okay. But Liberty is one of the strategies that the company has for HFX. And it's more so for, you know, people that probably have a busy schedule, right? The products are more so for people that have a busy schedule. The go live sessions are people that are actually probably, you know, a little bit more flexible. Okay. Because once you learn how to use the products, guys, you could be able to make money at any given time. Anybody agree? Right? Once you learn how to use the products, you could be able to make money at any given time. Why? Because if you can't hop on a session, once you know how to use the strategies, guys, you could be able to plug in and make some money. Okay. So I want to be able to show everybody how to use this. This right here, if you come to the top right here where it says strategies, you're going to see 4 different things. You're going to see simple scalpel. You're going to see simple scalpel 2.0. You're going to see pickpocket 2.0, and you're going to see web slinger. Okay. So what I'm going to go through right now is going to be the web slinger. Reason being is because it's much easier to learn, much easier to adjust to. And the confirmations for it is really, really straightforward. Okay. Now, give me one second. Let me actually move this panel to the left. Okay, perfect. Okay. So essentially, guys, what I want you to always look at, the first thing you're gonna look at once you actually log into this scanner, right? The first thing you're gonna look at is the SEAM alert panel here. Okay, you're gonna look at the alert panel. Why are you gonna look at the alert panel? Because you need to find out live trade updates, right? You need to find the most recent trade. Okay, you don't want to be able to have trades just like how it says now from 2 days ago, right? You want to be able to make sure that the trade idea that you're looking at is the most recent trade idea possible. Okay, so right here, we're always gonna go to the 5-minute time frame. All right, we see it says now the 5-minute time frame, everything says a day ago, which was yesterday, right? The market was open and it closed yesterday afternoon. Okay, so we're not gonna see any trades popping up right now because it is a Saturday that we're doing this call. But during the week, you're gonna see where it says probably 5 minutes ago, right? 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, 15, like you're gonna be able to see this information. All right, and when you see that information, that's what you're gonna focus on. All right, now the alert panel is extremely important before anything on the charts. Reason being is because the alert panel tells you all of the information that you need to know, right? I want everybody taking notes on this call. Everybody taking notes on this call. Let me put your notebooks and your pens in the camera. Let me make sure everybody taking notes on this call, right? I want to make sure everybody's taking notes. Okay, perfect. I see in the notebooks, I'm seeing the pens. All right, so what I want you to understand, the main thing that you're gonna look for inside of this alert panel, number one, is going to be the currency strength. I mean, the currency itself. Right? In the alert panel, they have it as the symbol, but that's basically the currency. Okay. The first thing you need to look for is the currency. That's how you know which asset you're going to be going and looking for opportunity on. All right. So if the alert panel has GBP USD, right? Well, if the alert panel has AUD USD, you're not going to be looking for GBP USD because that's not what it says. Right? You need to know what currency pair you're going to be looking for. So when you get to your broker, you can know which currency to pick. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna look for is the currency. The second thing you're gonna look for is the type. What is it telling you to do? What is the action step that they're telling you to do, right? If you're looking for a sell, which direction do you expect the market to go in? Drop it in the chat for me, right? If you're looking for a sell opportunity, which direction are you expecting the market to go? Perfect, down. Right? If we're looking for a sell, we're seeing that the market is going down, right? So I want you to understand, if you see a sell opportunity, guys, you would not be looking to take a buy opportunity, right? If you see that the alert panel is telling you to take a buy, you're not going to be looking for a sell opportunity, okay? So what this does is this limits your focus on what you're looking for, okay? So after you already identified the currency, you've identified the action step. Now, the third thing that you're going to look for is the currency strength meter. Okay, the currency strength meter tells you the strength of the currency, just like what it says. Okay, now if we look right here to the top, we see where it says AUD to the top, USD to the bottom. Okay, anybody know what the first currency is called? Let me see if anybody been through the academy, right? Anybody know what the first currency is called? Someone drop it in the chat for me. Someone drop it in the chat. The base currency, absolutely. Right? The first currency is called the base currency. There you go. I see everybody been in the academy. All right. The base academy, or some people like to say major and minors. Okay. So the major currency or the base currency is the first one, which is AUD. All right. The currency strength is telling us what is the strength of AUD. AUD at the time was currently 23. Right? Now, if we're looking for a sell, I want everybody to write this down right quick. If we're looking for a sell, right? The bottom has to be higher than the minor has to be larger than the major, right? If we're looking for a sell opportunity, the minor currency has to be larger than the base currency. Okay, meaning the second currency, which is USD, has to be stronger than AUD, right? This is a confirmation that you're gonna look for. Okay, so if we look at the currency strength, right? If we look at the currency strength, we see that AUD is 23, USD is 56, right? So now if we look at this, would everybody agree that we're actually confirmed for a sell opportunity? Would everybody agree? Based on the currency strength meter so far, would everybody agree that we're now confirmed for a sell opportunity? The second currency is higher than the first currency. Would everybody agree? Let me know. Okay, I'm seeing the yeses in the chat. Right? So essentially, guys, that is something that you're going to look for before you even look at the chart, right? Before you even look at the chart, before you even look at this theme area right here, the first thing you need to look for is the alert panel. See, Because what the alert panel is doing is it's actually giving you a focus point or focal point of what are you looking at on the charts, right? It's what you're looking for on the charts. So we already know, number one, we're looking at AUD USD, right? We already know we're looking at AUD USD. Number two, we already know we're looking for a sell opportunity. Not only because it says sell, but because we already know that the currency strength, the bottom currency is actually higher than the top currency. Okay, so when we get on the charts now, what's going to happen is we're just going to be looking for sell opportunities. Now, I want to let you guys know something unique that this company is actually designed for this product, right? If you, right? So I want everybody to really look at this right quickly. All right, I want everybody to really look at this right quick. Now, what this company has done, right? What the creators of Liberty have done is they allowed it, whereas even guys, if you, I think someone keeps unmuting their mic. All right, can you keep your mics muted until Ox? All right. So essentially, guys, what this product is doing is it's only going to call out the trades that the opportunity calls out. So because the alert panel is calling out a sell, it's only going to show you indications for a sell, right? Let's actually prove that right quick. Let's prove that right quick, right? I want everybody to look at the chart right now, right? I want everybody to really look at the chart, right? I want everybody to look at the chart. Give me a second. Let me zoom in on it right quick so everybody can really be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, does anybody see anything on this chart besides the sell? Let me know. Does anybody see anything on the chart besides the sell? Absolutely not, right? See, this is what I was talking about in terms of your focus, right? What this does is this actually focuses your view on just looking for sell opportunities, right? And once you identify that sell opportunity, guys, you're not going to be looking for anything else. All right, you're not going to be looking for anything else. Now, give me 1 second. Let me actually change the meeting setting right quick. Okay, perfect. Okay, now what I want everybody to really do, right? I want to give everybody a little chance to kind of see something right quickly. All right. Now this right here was actually a uptrend, right? That's the blue. Anytime you see blue, blue is the uptrend. The blue, this is called web strings. Okay, these web strings are blue. Once the web strings are blue, you're gonna be looking for an uptrend. You're gonna be looking for buy opportunities. Okay. When you see the web strings are red, you're going to be looking for a sell opportunity, right? So once you already identified, okay, what is the color of the web strings? Can everybody let me know what is the color of the current web strings that we're looking at right now? The ones that we're currently looking at right now, what are the color of the web strings that we're looking at right now? Red, right? And because these web strings are red, this is indicating once again a sell opportunity. So number one, it already told us that we're looking for a sell, right? Number two, we already proved that with the currency strength. Number three, we looked at the web strings and we see, okay, what is the color of the web strings? It's telling us now that it's red, so we're gonna sell. Number four is, guess what? It's only calling out sell opportunities. Guys, that's already 4 confirmations so far for the trade, right? It's only 4 confirmations so far. Now, essentially, I'm going to tell you exactly how you're going to know exactly when to take a trade with this, the web stinger. Okay, what you're going to do now, once the candles are below the web strings, right? Once the candles are below the web strings, you're going to get in for sell. Okay, once the candles are below, so guess what, guys? Right here, boom, it called out a sell opportunity, right? And guess what? It always calls out the entry. This right here is the entry. Right now with HFX, it's not going to be 0.73831. It's going to be 831. Okay, HFX only goes based on the last 3 digits. Okay, so it's going to be 831. Right now, this is not the most recent, so that's why I'm not gonna really do it. But just as this example right here, it called out the sell, it gave you the arrow, and it would tell you when to get into the trade. Right, so you would have gotten into this trade, guys. You're gonna stay in this trade for essentially 5 to 10 minutes. If you would have gotten into this trade, you got in right here at this entry, right? You right at the beginning of this candle. Guys, if you would have stayed in this trade for 5 minutes, can anybody tell me what we have done? Would we have cleared, if we would have cleared this trade, can you drop the word clear in the chat? If we would have cleared this trade, can you drop the word clear in the chat? Family, you would have made money on this trade in essentially 5 to 10 minutes. right? And see, this is what we're talking about. How do you know if you're gonna basically make money in those 5 to 10 minutes? Guys, to the top here, we see that this is something called 5 minutes, right? This is showing us 5 minutes. What does this mean? It means that every candle on the chart represents 5 minutes, right? So if we were to go ahead and we were to select 2 minutes, it showed us now, oh boy, it showed us now that, 1 second, let me see. If you would have went ahead and selected 2 minutes, guys, we could already see. Let's right here. Let me actually zoom in on it just a little bit so everybody can see it clearly. Right here, right? So it gave us this opportunity for a sell. So we would have been in this trade for 5 to 10 minutes. If every candle represents 2 minutes, how many candles will we be in the trade for? Let me see what was good in March. If every candle represents 2 minutes right now, how many candles will we have been in the trade if we were in the trade for 10 minutes? How many candles will we be waiting for? If every candle represents 2 minutes, and if we would have been in the trade for 10 minutes, how much candles will we be waiting for? 5 candles, right? So guys, let's look at it, right? Boom, this is the first one. Okay, that's number 1. This is the second one. Okay, that's number 2. This is the third one. Okay, that's number 3. This is the fourth one. Okay, that's number 4. This is the fifth one. So guys, by the time as that 5th candle has expired, what will we have done? Drop it in the chat for me. Someone let me know, what would we have done inside of that trade? We would have cleared that trade, right? So family, this is exactly how simple the web slinger is, all right? And what it does, as I said, is it gives you the parameters. It gives you everything that you need to know. So let's back it up one more time, right? I want everybody to kind of drop it in the chat to kind of communicate with me, okay? What is the first thing that we're gonna look for once we log into this Liberty scanner, right? After we already go to the strategies and we select web slinger, what is the first thing that we're gonna look for? Let me see who's paying attention. What is the first thing that we're gonna look for? Drop it in the chat. First thing we're gonna look for. And if you lost, drop loss in the chat so I can go over one more time. All right. If you lost, drop, okay, perfect. Alert panel, loving it, loving it, loving it. So when we go to the alert panel family, what are we going to do? What are we gonna look for? You know what? I'm gonna actually go ahead and allow people to actually unmute their mics. Give me 1 second. I just need a few volunteers. Raise your hand if you want to be able to point out a step. Right? Raise your hand if you want to point out a step. I know everybody should have that capability where they can raise their hand. So raise your hand, right? If you want to be able to go over a step, and I'll unmute your mic. All right, I'll unmute your mic. I want everybody to. I want someone to tell me for step 1. Step 2, step 3. I want everybody to break it down. I want to make sure that everybody understands what it is that we're going over right now. Okay, so I want someone to tell me, right? Someone to tell me, or you can feel free to unmute your mic if you don't know how to raise your hand. All right, what will be when we go to the alert panel? What is the first thing that we're going to look for? Someone tell me, what is the first thing that we're going to look for? Okay, I see Jalen. Go ahead, you can unmute your mic, bro.
Looking for the currencies.
The currencies.
Yeah.
Perfect. Currencies.
The base and the minor.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Jamal, go ahead, bro. Tell me what we look for after that. Next person, unmute your mic. Next person, you could go ahead and raise your hand so you could actually be able to answer the step. Jamal, what we look for after the currency strength? I mean, after the currency.
The strain of the currency.
The strain of the currency. Okay. 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 After we already identify the strain of the currency family, what else are we going to look for? What else are we going to look for? What are the action steps? Right? What about the action steps? We need to know, what we're going to be looking for a buy, or we're going to be looking for a sell, right? It's telling us the type. We need to know the action step. Don't forget the action step. Okay. So after we already identified the currency, we already identified the currency strength. We already identified, the action step, right? The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. We're going to look on the chart. That's telling us exactly what we got to do. Once we look at the chart family, it's going to indicate to us get in for sell opportunities, right? Or if it's a buy, it's going to indicate for us buy opportunities. Okay. The same thing is basically the opposite for a buy. Okay. For the buy, it basically just calls out buy opportunities. Okay. For the buy, it just calls out buy opportunities. But since this is actually the CM pair, it's actually calling out multiple opportunities on this trade. So if you look at this right now, we look at the trend. Let's look at the trend right quick in the market. Let's look at the trend right quick in the market, and then we're gonna go over Hourglass right quick. Okay. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're actually gonna go ahead and we look for a sell opportunity or we look for a buy opportunity, right? Once we actually go ahead and identify that family, we go ahead, we take the trade, normally 5 to 10 minutes inside of that trade, and you clear the trade. Sometimes you could take it for 5, you could take it for 10. It's really up to you, right? But most case scenario, you could go ahead, take these trades within 3 to 5 candles, you actually clear the trade. Okay, so honestly, family, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna go over now Hourglass. Okay, Hourglass is honestly one of the most phenomenal products that I've actually found inside of this academy. Honestly, it's been able to help a lot of people, and all of the individuals that I told you about with previous success. You know, they've actually been able to leverage Hourglass. They've been able to use Hourglass to get their results. And the next individual that I'm actually about to let you hear from is someone who's not only just experienced with HFX. They know how to trade HFX. They mastered Hourglass, right? They know they could be able to tell you Hourglass from the back of their hand. And I honestly felt that there would be no perfect person to explain Hourglass because she's been able to do it herself, right? She's been able to get the results herself. And honestly, I'm not gonna call her the income, but she honestly making a pretty penny. All right. So I want everybody to really go ahead and drop some 7s in the chat. We actually got Malia who actually about to come on here and really go ahead and put everybody on game on how to really use Hourglass. So go ahead, drop some 7s in the chat before she come up, because she's not going to speak unless she feels the energy inside of the chat. Okay, she's not going to speak unless she feels the energy inside of the chat. So Malia, let me know if you want this call. I'm actually going to go ahead and make you co-host so you could actually be able to take over the call. Go ahead, put the family on game, and really go ahead and put everybody on game. All right.
All right, good night, everybody. Like Livingston said, my name is Malia, and tonight I'm going to be showing you how to use Hourglass. If everybody can hear me, can you please drop some 1s in the chat for me? Okay, so what you're going to want to do is enter your browser. You're going to enter a new tab in your browser and type in hourglass.im. And then you're going to put in the username and password that you created when you first started. Because the market is closed, this is how it's gonna look. Now, when I first got started and I saw this, I was just blown away because it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming. I didn't really know what to do, and this is just a bit much to look at. Now, does anybody else feel that way? If you feel that way, let me know in the chat. Okay. Can you see the screen now? Okay. All right, so now, like I said, this was very overwhelming for me to do. And because the market is closed, everything is just compiled together. So what you're gonna want to do is, this is the zoom tool. So you're gonna want to place the zoom tool over the ending part of the chart until it's a focused area, So just continue to zoom. Just continue to zoom until your chart looks clearer like this. All right, so when you first come on Hourglass, what you're gonna wanna do is make sure that you're on the 5-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame. Now, what the 5-minute time frame means is that each candle on the chart is gonna represent 5 minutes of time. And after that, you're gonna come to the top here at strategies and ensure that Cash Trap 3.0 is selected. Now, on the side here is going to be, the alert panel. Now, like I said, because the market is closed, the alert panel isn't visible, but this is how it's gonna look. It's gonna show you the symbols, what you're gonna do in the trade, whether you're gonna call or put, the entry you're gonna take in the trade, currency strength meters, etc. Now, when taking trades, you want to take the most recent trades. You don't want to take a trade that's already 5 minutes in, because like I said, the candles represent 5 minutes of time. If you're taking a trade 5 minutes into the trade being called out, then you're not going to profit. You're not going to profit because you're going to be late in entering the trade. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Drop some ones in the chat if you understand what I'm saying right now. All right. So once you look at the alert panel, the first thing you're going to want to look for is the symbol, the currency symbol. So for example, this one says USD CAD. Then you're going to look for what it's calling you to do, put or call. Now a put, can anybody tell me another word for put? What's the other term used for put? All right, sell, exactly. So a put is a sell. So what it basically means is you're expecting the market to go down. And then a call is a buy. So you're expecting the market to go up. Now for Hourglass, there are certain confirmations that we use when we're looking to buy and when we're looking to sell. So first, I'm going to go over the confirmations that we use to buy. So when you look at the chart, right now, like I said, the market is closed, so it isn't going to be the exact same thing as when the market is open. But when you look at the chart, you're going to want to look to see a green arrow. That's the first confirmation for a call, a green up arrow, right? And this is going to be 1 point. Now, when you're calling out trades or when you're looking for good trades, you don't want to take a 1 point or a 2 point trade, because you're not, like I said, you're not going to profit from that. Now, the creator of Hourglass, Matthew Thayer, he says that a good trade is 3 points. If you find 3 of these confirmations while looking at your chart, that means that that's a good trade. If you find 4 of these confirmations, that's an even better. And 5 or more, those are the excellent trades. 5, 6, and 7 point trades, those are excellent. So like I said, you're going to want to look for the green up arrow. Now, usually the green up arrow would be right here on the screen when looking for a buy. The next thing is look at the currency strength meter. Now, this right here is the currency strength meter. All right. So this is the USD and this is the CAD. If you're looking for a buy, the US dollar is going to be greater than the Canadian dollar. Now, by looking at this, would this be a confirmation for a buy or a sell? Somebody drop it in the chat. Would this be a confirmation for a buy or a sell? Excellent. It's going to be a confirmation for a sell. So that means that you would not have 1 point to buy. Now, another thing we're going to look at is the indicators. So on Hourglass, I know you see all of these lines, you see all of these bonds. It's just really colorful and it can be confusing if you don't understand. So the next thing we're going to look for a buy is price at the green Bollinger Band line. So these lines right here, can everybody see these lines right here? Those are the green Bollinger Band lines. And if price is at the green Bollinger Band line, you're going to take a buy. So for example, I'm going to scroll back so you guys can see for a second right here. Can everybody see this blue candle right here? All right, excellent. So this blue candle right here is at the green Bollinger Band line. Now, that means that is a confirmation for a sell. Okay, and these lines here, these green lines, these are called green support lines. Once price is at the green support line, that is another confirmation for a buy. All right. So for this, let's just say price, these candles hadn't appeared as yet, and price was at this level right here where this blue candle is. You already have 2 confirmations. 1, the green support line, and 2, price at the green Bollinger Band line. Another thing we're going to look for is the B on the stochastic. Now, I know, does anybody on here know what the stochastic is? Does anybody know? No? Okay, all right, I'm gonna explain it to you. This indicator right here, this is called the stochastic oscillator. The stochastic oscillator. Now I know it's a big term, but it has a simple use, okay? This right here, this is called the RSI. This is called the RSI, or the relative strength index. And what these do is they work together to show you whether basically the market is going to go up or the market is going to go down. Does everybody understand that? Okay, excellent, excellent. So if price, let's just say price was at this exact candle right here. We're looking at this exact candle right here. That's our focus point. If this is the green line at the stochastic oscillator. Once you see that price, this black line, price on the stochastic oscillator is going to represent the black line. So once you see price is crossing through the green line on the stochastic oscillator, that is another confirmation for a buy. And once you come down here to the relative strength index, or the RSI, and you see that price, or this black line, is crossing through this green line, that's another confirmation. So right now you have price at the support line, price at the green support line, price at the green Bollinger Band, price crossing up on the stochastic oscillator, and price crossing up on the relative strength index. Though that is a 4-point trade right there. Now, can anybody tell me what is a 4-point trade? Is it a good trade, a better trade, or is it an excellent trade? Correct. It's one of the better trades to take. Now, can somebody unmute their mic and tell me, what do you look for when taking a buy? What exactly do you look for when taking a buy?
The panels.
Okay, what exactly do you look for on the panel?
You look for the candles to go up.
Okay, all right. When on Hourglass, we have a series of confirmations, right? We have a series of confirmations. Can anybody tell me what are those? That's more so what I'm pointing towards. What are the confirmations that we look for?
The Bollinger
When
Band.
the hour is green.
Pardon me?
When the hour is green.
Okay, yes, that's one. Excellent. When the hour is green. And would we be taking a buy or a sell?
A buy.
Excellent. All right. Anybody else?
That's the Bollinger Bands.
Okay. What would you look for a buy, and what color would the Bollinger Band be?
Green Bollinger Bands.
Yes, green Bollinger Bands. Anybody else other than Jalen? Because I need to make sure that you understand what you're doing.
Look for the strength of the currency.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, for a buy, can you tell me what would that look like?
The base will be larger than the secondary currency.
Yes, excellent, excellent. The base would be larger. All right, now we're gonna go over the confirmations for a sell. Okay, the confirmations for a sell are basically the same thing as the confirmations for a buy, but they're gonna be in the reverse. It's basically gonna be the opposite. So once you go here to your alert panel, the alert panel is gonna be right here on the right side of the screen. What you're gonna look for is whether it's calling, like I said, for a put or a call. And then if it's calling for a put, one of the first things you're gonna wanna look for is this down arrow. Red, it's gonna be a red down arrow. And then you're gonna go to the currency strength. Now, like I said, it's gonna be in the reverse. So the second currency is going to be greater than the first. You're gonna come to your chart just like this. You're gonna come to your chart on Hourglass. And now you have these things to the top. These are red Bollinger Band lines. And these right here, all of these red lines, these short red lines, those are called red support lines. So when you come on the chart, let's look for a good example. Okay, this right here, this one right here, right? So when you come here, you're gonna look for a price to be at this red, the support line. Now, for example purposes, I'm just looking way back here. But when you're actually going to call out the trade, when you're actually looking to call out the trade, look more so towards the right. So where it's recent, right? So you're gonna look for price to be at this red support line, the red resistance line, sorry, the red resistance line. And then you're gonna look for a price to be at the red Bollinger Band line. Now, as I explained before, this is called the stochastic oscillator, and this is called the RSI, or the relative strength index. Now, for a sell, you're gonna wanna look for this black line to cross down through the red line. All right, and it's the same thing applies to the RSI. You're gonna wanna look for price to cross down through this red line. All right, now, can anybody unmute their mic? I want somebody new, because like I said, I need to make sure that everybody understands what they're doing. I want somebody new to tell me what are the confirmations for a sell. Can anybody unmute their mic and tell me the confirmations for a sell?
The red arrow.
All right, excellent. The red arrow. And is it gonna be up or down?
Down, going down.
All right. Anybody else? Can anybody else unmute their mic and tell me what is a confirmation for a put? Because when you go on Hourglass, it's important that you understand what to look for. If you don't understand what to look for, you're gonna be lost. And if you're lost on Hourglass, then you're not gonna make any money. And I think that's the reason for a lot of us being here, right? So you don't want to be lost. You don't want to be looking at Hourglass overwhelmed and confused. Yes, that is normal initially. But see, being on this trading journey, it's like I said, it's a journey. It's a journey, and you want to be able to grow. Who came on this call to gain new information tonight, to grow? Who came on this call tonight? Drop it in the chat. Let me know. All right, perfect. All right, so like I said, it's a process, it's a journey. Now, if you say, you don't be ashamed to say the wrong thing, because even me, I'm teaching you this tonight because I'm in a position to teach you. But I was in a position once where I didn't know anything. All right, so saying the wrong answer and trying is better than being quiet and not trying, not knowing, and not saying anything at all. That's why I'm really adamant to know, like, what would you look for a sell? Anybody, just try. What would you look for?
The resistance line and bulging. So what it is? So
The Bollinger Band.
the Bollinger Band and
Okay, now what color?
resistance
What
line,
color would they be?
they are red.
All right. Can anybody else, other than Jamal, other than Jalen, really let me know what are you gonna look for? What are you gonna look for in a cell?
Currency strength meter.
Okay, excellent, excellent. You're gonna look at the currency strength meter. Now, what exactly are you gonna look for when you're looking for a cell on the currency strength meter?
The two currency pairs. The
Okay,
minor will be higher than the base.
excellent, correct. The minor is gonna be higher than the base. All right. Now, something else that I missed out when looking for a cell, you see this S here? Can everybody see this S? This S here, that is another confirmation. This S on the stochastic, right? That is another confirmation when taking a cell. All right. Now, who is more confident to take a trade on Hourglass after the session? Who is more confident? I need to know. If you're lost, let me know. If you're lost, let me know. If you know, let me know. Because at the end of the day, I'm here for you all. I'm here so you can gain a better understanding of what to do. All right. Everybody here is a family. All right. So you shouldn't be ashamed to let me know. If you know, let me know if you don't. Does everybody understand what to look for when taking a trade?
I have a question.
Okay, you can ask.
Will the resistance line appear after the cell is done, or will it appear before?
It will appear before. And why I say it will appear before is because you need to see that. You need to see this red with this resistance line before you take a trade because it's a confirmation. All right. That's just like you know, when you look at the alert panel, you're gonna want to know that if you're looking for a sell, you're gonna want to know that the second currency is higher than the first, right? So it's just like the Bollinger Bands, and it's just like the resistance line. This resistance line is gonna appear here before you take that trade so that you can know, hey, I'm looking at this, and that's a confirmation. That's letting me know that I should take a sell. I should take a sell because it's right to the top here of this candle or the most recent candle. Does
And
that
it's the
answer your
same for the
question?
and it's the same for the buy as well.
Yes, it's the same for the buy as well. It's the same for the buy. This is gonna appear at the most recent candle that you're looking for.
And one more question on, does it appear like and does it appear in short amount, and then when the trade is done, I'll stop it stop where the sell, yeah?
Okay, this is gonna appear. Yes, it's going to appear in short amounts, and it's gonna appear in these quantities because, like I said, the market is constantly moving. The market is constantly moving. So that's why I said, okay, you have all these lines on the chart, but you're gonna scroll. You're gonna scroll to the end. The end is the most recent, and you're gonna want to look for the most recent call outs because those are gonna be the most accurate. Those are gonna be the most accurate for the time that you want, right? So this here, is this the most recent, or is it
Yeah,
old?
that's the most recent.
Excellent. So that is what you're gonna want to look for.
And that's why I'll
Question.
enter the trade.
Pardon me, Jamal?
I understand that's why I enter the trade the most recent.
Yes, the most recent candle. These are old. These are old. Like I said, these, because this is on 5 minutes of time, each candle represents 5 minutes. So you want to look for everything that's recent. HFX trading is trading that has to do with time. It's time based. So everything must be recent. All right. Keisha, what were you saying?
Okay, you see where you pointed the support, the resistance line. So that
This
can,
resistance line here?
yeah. So we
Okay.
will wait for that candle to form and then enter the trade when the blue candle forms.
No, no, no. Okay,
Mm.
this is gonna be, okay, when you come on Hourglass, let's just use this candle, for example, like you said. This is it's gonna be, it's not gonna be complete. It's gonna be like, let's just say like this here. It's gonna be a very, very small opening for the candle. And when you're done, it's gonna be this whole thing right here. You don't have to worry about whether this candle is complete or not. Because like I said, you're gonna be looking for confirmations, right? You don't have to worry about this candle. You just wanna know that, hey, okay, okay, this candle is gonna be here, but it's not gonna be as long. It may be shorter. All
Okay.
right. So but you're still gonna be looking at the candle. So what you're gonna say is, hey, okay, price is at the red resistance line. Check. Price is at the red Bollinger Band. Check. Price is crossing down through this red line on the stochastic. Check. And as you have more confirmations, to take that trade. You have more confidence to take that trade. Because can I ask you something? If you didn't see price at this red resistance line, if you didn't see price at the red Bollinger Band line, if you didn't see price crossing down here through this red line, crossing down here through this red line, would you take the trade? Or would you have the confidence to take the trade?
No, I wouldn't.
Excellent. I see somebody said they have a, before I go on, Keisha, does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Hold on. So I would enter the trade whilst the candle is forming
Yeah.
with the confirmations.
Yeah, because okay, let me show you something. Let me show you something right quick. Okay, you see this one right here that says 4 minutes ago
Yeah.
on the 5 minute time frame, that would mean that the candle is already 4 minutes into being formed.
Yeah.
So you don't want to enter the trade 4 minutes into the candle being formed, because guess what?
You only
You're
have
gonna
1
be
minute
too
left.
late. You're gonna be too late. You wanna look for when it says a few seconds ago or 1 minute ago. All right. Because that is most recent. And like I said, Hourglass has to do with time-based trading. You don't want to go in too late. When you go in too late, most likely, okay, yes, you may be correct in your confirmations. But if you go in too late, then you're gonna miss the entry. Guys, okay, can everybody see these numbers here that says entry? Yeah, let me know in the chat. Can everybody see these numbers here that says entry? Okay, perfect, right? Let me zoom in. Let me zoom into the numbers. All right. So, like Livingston was saying, right? You want to look for the last 3 digits, because you don't want to be on a session and the educator is saying 317 or 69 or 043, and you're like, what in the world is that, right? You want to be able to know when the educator calls out these numbers, what exactly they're meaning, what exactly they're pointing towards. So the whole number is going to be here. Yes, it's going to say 1.27317, but the educator is going to call out a trade for a put on USD CAD at 317, right? And once you're on your broker, right? Because you're going to have your broker open at the same time. That's the only way you're going to know where to enter the trade. Once you're on your broker and you see, it's fluctuating. It's let's just say it's at 323, right? 323. Then it's at 320. you're looking for it to drop so that when it says 317, what are you gonna do at 317, Keisha?
Into the trade.
Excellent. For a put or call.
To a call.
Look at this one right
Well,
here.
which for a put.
All right, excellent. And what are you gonna do that based off of? Are you gonna do that just because, oh, I see I'm excited to trade and I just want to take a put, or are you gonna do that based off your confirmations?
Based off my confirmations.
Excellent. So does that answer your question?
Yes, I do. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. You're always welcome. All right. I saw somebody said that they had a question after Keisha.
Yeah, it was me.
All right. You can
Yeah,
ask the question.
Yeah, so I've been trading for about 3 days now, and I've been learning some stuff off of the Go Lives. And my question is, like lately, like on I think it was Thursday, I've been noticing that I lost like 2 trades, um because I noticed that sometimes when I earned some trades when I went on some of the live videos, like Deal Woods those and stuff like that, and I entered the trades at the right entry time. Now, uh there is sometimes when I decided like, okay, I'm gonna trade by myself, not just when the mentors come on and I just choose a currency. Now, my thing is, when you enter a trade and you're trading without a mentor going live and directing you, sometimes the entry prices won't land exactly where it is. And I've been noticing that the candles that they flipped on me. I don't know if I entered the trade wrong or I mean at the wrong time. And so my question is like, how do you really determine like when exactly you're entering the trade, like when you're trading alone, because you won't have like you would just have the currency pairs, but you won't have the entry price.
You mean when you're taking the trade on your own?
Yes.
Okay, can I ask you a question? When you take the trades on your own, do you use Hourglass or do you just
This is my
use
first
something
time
else?
hearing about Hourglass.
Oh, okay. So when you took those trades on your own, you just were basically taking it to see what direction the market was going in.
Actually, I went on to IM Stud Center and I
Mm-hmm.
went into strategies.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that I was trading, I trade based on the market being live at the same time as the strategies. And I tried to hurry up, adjust to when the market would tell me when to sell or buy and go at that particular entry price.
Okay. Okay. When you come on, like I said, okay, okay, when you come, do you think this slide would be beneficial to you? Because this slide right here, it basically is telling you what to do. You don't want to be in the market like that, and you're just going based off of what you feel it's the direction is going in. So um you see how this right here, the candle is just basically like two wicks, like two lines coming out from it, and then it's just very thin. If you saw, okay, so basically what you're saying is if you would have seen that this candle was like this, meaning it's blue, meaning you want to buy, that you would enter because you feel like the direction of the market is going up. That's what you would basically do it.
Right.
Okay, okay, all right. So after this call, I'm gonna drop this in a Telegram chat for everybody. All right. I'm gonna drop this in a Telegram chat for everybody because you see this right here that says the call option point system. You want this near to you and you want to learn this as you develop in your trading journey, right? So what I'm gonna say is when you're trading, right? You wanna have this, you wanna trade based off of this when you're looking at Hourglass, right? So you're gonna come here. You're gonna say, okay, do I see a green arrow? Is the second currency greater than the first or is it weaker? It's priced as the green Bollinger Band line. You're gonna wanna question yourself as you move through this list in order to know whether to take a trade or not. And like I said, a 3-point trade is a good trade. A 4-point is a better. And if you look through this and you find 5 points, meaning 5 confirmations, that's excellent. Okay. So you don't want to just be going based off of how you feel, because you see how this right here is blue. Can you see how this is blue right here?
Mhm.
Just as simply as this can turn blue, it can turn red. And that's why it's so important to look at your confirmations. So what I'm, like I said, I'm gonna send this in the group, and you want to follow this. You want to follow this when you're trading on Hourglass. Would that help you?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Does anybody else have any other questions? You have one okay, you can ask Jamal.
Okay, I was on the goal eyes on Thursday as well on what deal was on. But the last 3 digits, even when I thought the Livingston says I had it on the wrong currency. I had over the counter currency as my option. And he said I was like doing it wrong. But even like when I was on when I wasn't on over the counter currency, like the numbers he was calling a lot, but just he's calling off is different from mine. So I wondering why it was like that.
Okay, do you have the same broker as DL or no? Because he usually uses 5forex. Do you have that as your broker?
Now I have IQ quality IQ option.
Okay, okay. Usually when the broker is different, sometimes the numbers are gonna be different because it is a different broker. Can you see this? Can you see what this says right here? KOT Forex.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so not every broker is gonna have this, and I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something on Trading View. I'm gonna show you something on Trading View because I understand what you mean. So okay, you see these things right here?
Oh
All of
yeah.
Yes. Okay. So let's just say I search for the US dollar and the Swiss franc, right? I'm searching for that currency pair. When you come here, you have these things called exchanges. And these exchanges just simply mean that this is different exchanges you're gonna be that are gonna be having the currency pairs on the charts, right? So
Okay.
these different exchanges with the different exchanges, that means that sometimes the numbers are going to be different, right? So sometimes, like you said, you may be looking at your chart and you may be looking at DL's chart and you're not going to be seeing the same thing, but you're going to still be looking for the same number. So it doesn't matter if you're seeing something different, because like I said, different brokers are going to have, different numbers at different times, but it's still going to be within the same range if you're on at the same time. So let's just say DL was live right now, 9:12 p.m. You're still going to be seeing the currency within the same range, but it may be different because like I said, different brokers use different exchanges. So if DL says, okay, take a sell at 9:12, between 9:12 and 9:15, don't worry more so much about what you're seeing on his screen, but look at your broker and look for a sell between like I said, 9:15 and 9:12. Does that help you?
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
All right. Any more questions?
Uh. Okay. I want more. Okay. One more question. Okay.
Okay.
What the entry and the confirmation. Uh, after you find the confirmation, then we will enter the trade.
Yeah. Yeah. But because like I said, this market is closed, you're not really seeing everything that you should see. So for example, you see how this candle is red right here? You see this red candle right here?
Yes.
Okay. Usually on the screen, it would be a red down arrow, like right in the same vicinity of this candle, right? So you're gonna be looking right here, and it would be a red down arrow. And then Hourglass calls out the confirmations for you, right? So
Okay.
it's gonna be a red down arrow, and then it's gonna be something saying call score, and it's gonna have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's gonna be basically calling out the amount of confirmations for you. So you don't necessarily have to go, you know, looking to see, okay, is price at the red resistance line, is price at the red Bollinger Band, is price crossing down, because it calls out the trade for you, and that's gonna make your trading process easier. Because if it calls out the trades for you, you're not gonna necessarily miss your entry. Because if you're busy, you know, looking for the confirmations, or you're taking too much time to look for the confirmations, right? If you're taking too much time looking for the confirmations, then you're gonna miss your entry. And if you miss your entry, then you're not gonna profit from that trade.
Okay, so basically it's like a go live with in a person and saying like the call.
Can you repeat that question for me, please?
I saying like it's basically like a go live, but instead of a person saying like where to go in the trade, it's like this the market itself in it, or the hourglass in.
Okay, so when you're trading off of the go live, it would, like you say, it would basically be you coming here, and you would be calling out the confirmations on your own. Because see, when the educators do go live, a lot of them use Hourglass, and a lot of them use Hourglass to trade, right? But what you want to be able to do is use Hourglass on your own. Because suppose, you can't make DL session at 10 p.m. every night. Suppose you're not free at 10 p.m. All right. Suppose you're free at 12 or 5 or 6. You want to be able to use Hourglass on your own. So once you come here, like I said, use the confirmations. Hourglass calls out the confirmations for you. You can't, I wish I had a picture to show you, because it's usually literally right here. You can't see it now, but once you see all of this, it's gonna be easier for you, because you're gonna be learning, right? Suppose we didn't have go lives. Suppose we didn't have the educators going live, calling on the trades and telling us what to do. You know, that's why it's so important that you learn this information on your own, because once you learn this information on your own, you're gonna be able to trade on your own. Do you want to be able to trade on your own?
Yeah.
I know I did. I definitely did, right? So it's just you coming here looking for the confirmations and figuring out what to do.
And it's looking for the last three digits as well on this as well. The
Yeah.
last three numbers.
So see, like I said, this is the alert panel is gonna appear like this, like once the market is open. And these last 3 digits, you're gonna be looking for these 3 digits on your broker when you're taking the trade. So after you look and see that, okay, this is a good trade, this is a better trade, or this is one of the best trades to take, you're gonna look to see, okay, it's calling for a put. So I'm gonna take a put at what numbers are you gonna take a put at?
317.
Yes, 317.
Okay, I understand.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Okay. All right. So if nobody has any other questions, I'm gonna allow Livingston to close the call out for the night.
All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. Can everybody hear me? Let me know if everybody can hear me right quick. Everybody can hear me? Yes, no, maybe so. Drop a 1 in the chat. All right, there you go, there you go. All right, perfect. Probably, can we drop some thank yous in the chat from Aaliyah right quick? All right, can we drop some thank yous in the chat from Aaliyah right quick? Like she really went ahead and she went at them. Like she literally went in the trenches. All right, she been in tunnels and she really made sure that everybody was actually able to go ahead and get value. So if you learned something on this call, I want you to drop a thank you in the chat from Leo. Right? If you got something, if you actually understand Hourglass, like yo, I want you to drop a thank you in the chat. If you don't have her on Instagram, go ahead, give her a follow, like her pictures. You know, let her know how much you appreciate her. Let her know how much you got value from this call. Malia, you can go ahead, drop your IG in the chat for the family. I think it's underscore Malia Forbes. I think it's underscore Malia Forbes. You could go ahead, show us some love. I definitely know let her know how much you appreciate her, right? Because honestly, guys, as I said, she didn't have to go ahead and actually give you guys that full breakdown. She could have literally said, well, you know what? Well, you know, I don't understand, you know, like she didn't have to offer on this call. Okay, so I want everybody to understand, you know, everybody on the team is here for you. If you don't understand something, you could be able to make sure that everybody understands something. Okay, even if you probably don't understand it to the T, whatever you understand, you could help someone else understand. And that's what I want you to understand. We ain't trying to be perfect. We want to grow together. All right. We want to be able to grow together as a family. We want to really be able to change and you know, really get to the next level together. Okay. So with that being said, family, we are gonna have a call tomorrow night at 9 p.m. All right, tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So make sure you're actually on that call. Okay, it's going to be like a little market outlook. We're going to be going through the charts. We're going to be going over a few things just to prepare ourselves, you know, for the week. All right, just to make sure that we have a significant trading week. So honestly, with that being said, I appreciate everybody for hopping on this call. You guys been rocking with us for about an hour now, and I appreciate everybody for hopping on. Glad to know everybody was able to get some value. And go ahead, give some go show someone on the gram some love. Like their photos, you know, give them a follow. And if you don't have me on Instagram, you know, follow me on Instagram. I am Vingston Great. And if you got any questions, you know, you can feel free to reach out. All right. So with that being said, good night. I'm gonna see everybody tomorrow night at 9 p.m. All right.